For more than 2,000 years, this substance has not been treated as a product, but as a philosophy. It was never rushed, never simplified, and never separated from nature. This is Ejiao, a traditional Chinese gelatin where medicine, craftsmanship, and the balance of yin and yang come together. Ejiao originated over 2,500 years ago, during the early development of Chinese medical thought. Its name comes from Dongge County, a place long believed to possess water rich in yin energy. In ancient China, water was never just water. It carried character, direction, and balance. From the very beginning, Ejiao was considered rare. It was reserved for emperors, scholars, and physicians, not because it was expensive, but because it demanded patience. Time was its most important ingredient. In traditional Chinese philosophy, health is not defined as the absence of illness. Health is balance, a continuous harmony between opposing forces. Ejiao represents this idea perfectly. The donkey hide used in its production is considered yin in nature, dense, grounding, and nourishing. The water used traditionally came from yin sources. Springs believed to preserve essence and depth. But yin alone cannot create transformation. Fire is needed. Fire represents yang, active, transformative, and powerful. Yet it must be controlled. Too much heat destroys balance. Too little heat halts transformation. Only when yin and yang exist in harmony does Ejiao take form. The process begins with carefully selected donkey hides. Historically, these were chosen by experienced craftsmen who understood texture, thickness, and quality by touch alone. The hides are cleaned repeatedly, removing impurities without damaging structure. The water used is equally important. In traditional production, water was sourced from mineral-rich springs, chosen not for convenience, but for energetic purity. Every element had meaning. The hides are then slowly simmered, not boiled violently, but heated patiently over controlled fire. This process can take days, sometimes weeks. During this time, craftsmen continuously skim impurities by hand. Temperatures are adjusted constantly. Nothing is automated, nothing is rushed. Authentic Ejiao is said to require 108 separate processes. Not because tradition demands complexity, but because quality demands precision. Each step builds upon the previous one. Skipping a single stage alters the final balance. As the mixture thickens, it becomes darker, richer, and more concentrated. This transformation is gradual. Rushing it would destroy its integrity. Historically, this knowledge was not written down. It was passed from master to apprentice, from parent to child. Craftsmen learned by watching, by repeating, by failing. An experienced artisan could judge readiness by color, aroma, and viscosity alone. These skills were never taught in words. They lived in hands and memory. Because of this, Ejiao production is now recognized as intangible cultural heritage, not because of the object itself, but because of the knowledge behind it. In traditional Chinese medicine, Ejiao was believed to nourish blood, support vitality, and restore internal balance. It was commonly prescribed for women recovering from childbirth, for the elderly seeking strength, and for scholars enduring long periods of study. It was never treated as a quick cure. Ejiao was part of a long-term philosophy of health, a belief that the body must be supported slowly, gently, and consistently. Preparation mattered just as much as consumption. Ejiao was often dissolved, combined with herbs, or prepared according to individual needs. There was no single formula, only balance. In the modern era, Ejiao exists at a crossroads. Industrial production has made it more accessible, but often at the cost of craftsmanship. Many modern versions no longer follow traditional processes. True artisanal Ejiao has become increasingly rare. That is why rural craftsmen, farmers, and cultural guardians continue preserving the old methods, not for speed, not for scale, but for continuity. They believe that once a process is forgotten, it cannot be rebuilt, only preserved. Ejiao is more than medicine. It is a reflection of how ancient China understood nature, time, and the human body. It teaches that transformation cannot be forced, that balance must be respected, and that true value often lies in what cannot be rushed. In every piece of Ejiao there is fire and water, yin and yang, past and present. A reminder that some traditions survive not because they are modern, but because they are timeless.